I'm Chris Jackimick, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout my military career, I spent the bulk of my career out in Las Vegas. It was the first job I had as I was protecting some sensitive resources out there at Nellis. I would deploy to Kuwait early on in my military career with a larger weaponry system to support Operation Southern Watch. And then from 2003 to 2006, I was part of the emerging drone mission for the United States Air Force and Department of Defense. We were fighting the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan from our backyard. You'd be in war for 12 hours of your shift, and then you'd drive home to your apartment here in Nevada. So psychologically, it was very odd. Like, you felt you were in the combat zone every day because you were seeing it on the screens and it was that important, but I don't know what it did to the human psyche at the time. Some things would kind of happen in my personal life after that would change a lot. When Adam joined the Marine Corps, it was a natural fit. Anybody who joins the military, especially after 9/11 happened, you're looking for that purpose. I think that's why he made the choice. It's like, let me go be a Marine. He was in between Fallujah and Ramadi during the heaviest parts of the fighting of the Iraq conflict. I mean, you hear guys like Jocko and everything talk about like the triangle of death. My brother was dead set in the middle of the triangle of death with a Marine unit. I think it changed him. Like, you look at everything across history, you read any of the books out there, war changes anybody that's been involved with it. Trauma or mass events like that changes anybody, and it really changed my brother. And I get that call. I get the text actually from my stepmom. I was like, I need you to call me as soon as possible. Something's wrong with Adam. All right. Didn't think anything of it. And I'm about to pull off the highway to go celebrate and have some pizza with my classmates. And she's like, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. He had died by suicide that day. 25th of July, 2017. And it changed my world forever.
I think that was the first time I saw or heard someone broken through the phone. There was a time where I was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. There were times I thought, we're going to have to camp out outside of his house, or we might get that phone call. Are we ready for that phone call?
I couldn't catch a break. A fellow first sergeant I served with, he had died by suicide. On the day of my buddy's funeral, I'm going through social media and I see this, what appears to be a manifesto from one of my old airmen. My first thought was like, today's not gonna be a good day. And sadly, my hunch was right. He had killed his own family and taken his own life on the day of my buddy's funeral. It was just compounding trauma after trauma after trauma. I cracked. I fell hard with alcohol. That was rock bottom. I first heard about Mission 22 just by like surfing the internet and looking on there and seeing some of the programs that they had available. I was like, something seems right about this. To be in a program like the R&R program with them and the innovative things that they're putting together, I have not seen in any other veteran nonprofit. It's putting all this stuff together to heal in the most effective way possible. They're making you do a lot of the hard work through reading, through audiobooks, through physical fitness, through nutrition, open discussion, critical thinking, neuroplasticity and cognitive feedback to where you're developing the brain more. It's given me a chance to regain my life. Cycling's been a big part of my recovery. Is around the time I retired, a little over a year ago, I set forth, as like, let me set this goal to ride 2,020 miles in 2020 for another veteran nonprofit that supports Gold Star families and those lost either to accident or to suicide. Every time I got on that bike, I was like, you know what? There's a name, there's a dash that I'm gonna honor today. Not the dates on the gravestone. Is like, I'm gonna honor that life. So it gave me purpose. And it just became like a release for me to where the pedals would spin and I would get out of my head for a little bit. physically I was starting to feel better. I could see the improvements, and I've tracked my data over the past year, and it's phenomenal on the growth that I've had on a bike.
He's just on a mission and is relentless about it. You know, every day he pushes it. From, you know, the loss of his brother and a number of different trauma that he had gone through in his life, it was absolutely critical for him to find something that he could sink his teeth into. I think he's taken the ball and run with it with Mission 22, especially the R&R, the recovery and resilience part. I think it makes him stronger in the person that he is today.
I don't know why I fell on the bike. It was just like, okay, it called to me, and then I kept going. So you know that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running one day and it ends up in Monument Valley in Utah? He's like, I'm tired, I think I'll go home now. I'm not tired yet. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going because there's something about it. There's something about just getting out in nature, having that breeze in your face and seeing some of the beautiful landscape here in Las Vegas where it takes you away from the stressors and the challenges of the world for a little bit. And you can just appreciate the beauty that is out there and be in the moment. And then it got serious because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program and it got transformed into lo and behold training. If I do this well, maybe I can go represent the Air Force. Maybe my grief and everything in my entire story can come to fruition because I can put the energy into something positive. If I made the team, I'd just be overwhelmed with emotion. I suffered a lot of my trauma because of my military service, but at the end, it's like, I gotta be grateful that I'm allowed to compete in this because there are others who didn't make it home or lost the war at home that's what it's about.
Oh my gosh, everybody. I am so excited. My heart's pumping. My hands are sweaty. Please welcome our very own Director of the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program, Colonel Rich Obert. Over to you, sir.
Welcome, warriors and athletes. Today we're going to announce the 2021 Air Force Team for Warrior Games. The selection was difficult as there were many hardworking and deserving individuals, and the work and dedication was apparent by all. I know the suspense is killing you, so I'll turn it back over to Marcia. Good luck to each of you. Back to you, Marcia.
All right, thank you, sir.
Starting us out from Air Education and Training Command, Major Daniel, Lieutenant Dan Cariña.
Yes, yes, yes. Air Combat Command, out of Texas, Master Sergeant Nicole Nikki Favuza.
From Valdosta, Georgia, Technical Sergeant retired Antonio Del Vecchio.
From East Liberty, Ohio, Airman retired Pete Murphy.
Technical Sergeant retired Margie Hinkle.
And coming up next, former pole vaulter, that is very similar to Blaze Velarde, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, Master Sergeant retired Chris Jacksomek.
Warrior Games competitor back on the team, Staff Sergeant retired Joseph Alex Pate.
Whew.
What? He did
All right.
big things. Back in the day, he's going to do big things. Coming to you from St. Henry.
Wow. We look at Mission 22 and we see all the shirts, we see all the flags out there. I don't think enough of the people understand how big the programs actually are and how that is actually in there. And like, I'm a benefactor from the donations of these private donors that are there to allow me to live life, to improve life for not only myself, but for friends, for fellow veterans, for my children, for my girlfriend, for my family, is to be that, to say, you know what? We can keep going at the end of the day. We can keep going, no matter how hard it gets. no matter how difficult life becomes, we can keep going.
We have this this value in the Air Force, this belief, a wingman concept. We're going to take care of each other. We've got each other. And it gives us hope, right? And so if you have been knocked down, I say this a lot, by the baseball bat of life, right? You're on the ground. If you know that someone's got you, it's got your six, no matter what, that's going to help you get back up again. And that's part of Mission 22, I think, for him. That connection, that human connection, that's what's going to save us. Yeah, that's what saved him. He can be a light in darkness. No matter how dark that spiral is, to know that someone got back up again and navigated their way out, that they can get through it too, that they are not alone. Not for one moment of one day. That's what he could be. He could be a beacon of light.
Welcome back to the stream. We are here with North American Dirt Track Racing Association. We are in week 11, and we are at Limaland for the Gears Unlimited 40, which means we will have a 40-lap feature tonight. Looking very forward. Currently in practice, Jax Yan at the top of the board, the youngster out of Pennsylvania, with a 12.673. Austin Baker, Clay Christopherson, Anthony Morano, Billy Roberts are your top 5. The weather here, we'll take a quick look. Looks like it's 88 degrees or 70 degrees. My apologies. 44% chance of rain. However, I have not seen an iRacing event get rained out yet. If you are new to the stream, welcome aboard. If you are coming back, thank you very much for coming back. As always here at Got Your Six Racing Network, we are racing for awareness of veterans issues. 17 veterans a day take their own lives, which is 17 too many. So we're doing our small part. You'll see us play promo videos from companies out there doing great things for veterans. If you are a veteran out there and you are in need, please do not hesitate to reach out. We're giving you the resources. Reach out to somebody. If you are a driver and you know a veteran out there, please reach out. If you haven't heard from them in a while, check on them. Make sure they're doing all right. You never know, that conversation may save a life. So again, thank you all for tuning in. We're getting ready to go 40 laps here at Limaland. Again, this is the North American Dirt Track Racing Association. These are open set 358 modifieds, and they race every Thursday night. So if you want to be a part of something pretty special, check them out. You can find them on Facebook. Get a hold of their Discord page. A great group of drivers on the track. Currently have 15 cars in the field for tonight. Here in Ohio. Saw a 60% chance of rain, I believe it was. If we could get any rain out here in California, we would probably celebrate. Haven't seen rain in quite some time. Look around the Limaland. Like to thank our good friends at Top Tier Race Control coming on board. They will be controlling the race tonight as we Got Your Six Racing Network broadcast. If you're in need of a great race control organization, do not hesitate to reach out. I use Top Tier in my personal league, so super professional organization. And we're getting ready to qualify. We'll go on board with the 213 of Michael Vitale out on the track. Michael Vitale is an Air Force veteran. Michael, thank you for your service, sir, as he gets around Limaland in a big hurry. Coming for his first timed lap, Dean Reynolds at the top of the board with a 12.708 for the 79 machine. Michael Vitale in P2 with a 12.807. Randall Dixon currently fourth quick. Billy Roberts out on the track. Billy Roberts, owner-operator, Gears Unlimited. Billy sponsors many drivers and leagues out there. Greatly appreciated. Billy, owner of Gears Unlimited, fourth quick on his first lap, moves up to third quick. Anthony Vitale Jr. in the 21 machine out of the Murano Racing Stable, out on track for his laps. Again, these are open set 358s. Coming off the bottom side of 4. Eighth quick for Anthony Vitale Jr. Jake Henry in the 171 machine out on track. Currently 11th quick. Can he improve? No, sir. He drops down 1. Super Dirt Car Series 79 of Dean Reynolds at the top of the board. 12.708. Logan Wentz in the 18 machine wrapping up 6th quick. Anthony Murano in the 32, currently 11th quick. Looks like he went down low there, kind of over-rotated. We'll see how that does on his time. 11th quick for the 32 machine. Isaac Salas, Venom Racing Super Dirt Car Series driver in the 5 machine out of North Dakota. Let's see how Isaac does on his first lap. Coming to his flag stand. Second quick for Isaac on his first lap with a 12.722. Let's see if he can improve on his second lap. He moves Clay Christopherson down to P2. Isaac Salas will stick at second quick for the number 5 machine. The 9 car of Austin Baker out on the track. Second quick for Austin Baker with a 12.721. So Austin Baker in the 09 puts it on the pole for Heat 2, most likely. Dean Reynolds with your quick time so far in the 79 machine with a 12.708. Austin Baker, Isaac Salas, Clay Christopherson, Dylan DeWert Jr. round out your top 5. Excited to get tonight underway. Austin Baker puts up your quick time with a 12.697, goes to the pits after lap 1, comes back out, puts down your quick time. That will move Dean Reynolds down to P2. Keaton Holder now in the 97 machine. We saw Keaton Holder put on a great show last week. Let's see if Keaton can break into the top 10 or 5. Coming for his first time lap, 14th quick for Keaton Holder with 13.015. Coming off of turn 4. Can he improve? Yes, sir. 10th quick, 12.837. We saw that 97 car crawl back through the field last week from the feature. So watch the 97. Austin Baker with your quick time with a 12.697. Dean Reynolds, Isaac Salas, Clay Christopherson, and Dylan DeWert round out your field, or your top 5. We are getting ready to go heat racing here. Again, welcome aboard. Greatly appreciate everybody who tunes in. We operate Got Your 6 Racing Network on 100% fan and driver feedback. So if you have any feedback for us, good, bad, or indifference, you can reach out to us on our Facebook page, Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. You can send it to my personal email, joe@gy6rn.com. If we're doing something you like, that's always good to hear. If we're doing something you don't like, that's probably more important. So please, if you have the time, reach out, let us know how we're doing. Let us know if you'd like to see us do something different. Heat 1 is on the grid. Austin Baker is on the pole here for heat number 1. Billy Roberts missed the grid. No, there's the 99. My apologies. Vitale Jr. in that 21 machine is on the outside of row number 2. Hunter Jarrell and Anthony Vitale Jr. in row number 3, so I kind of got that messed up. Jake Henry, Randall Dixon in the 4th and final row. Got 8 laps to get this done. Drivers are battling for their starting positions in the feature. Pace truck is out on the track. Looks like the front two making contact. I'm not real sure what's going on there. Green flag is out. We are underway. Austin Baker in the 09. He's going to pull that bottom side. Slides, gets to the outside. In front of the 99, Billy Roberts. We're 3 or 2 by 2. Dylan DeWert working that inside, getting underneath the 99. He wants that second position. Anthony Vitale Jr. in the 21. We're going to go, thought we were going to go 4 wide there for a minute. Looks like Austin Baker pulling away from the field as the 21 does battle with the 20 machine for P2. Billy Roberts currently running in 4th position. Hunter Jarrell in the 88. He is the only car working that high side, seeing if he can't get that to come in. 21 car pushes off a turn number 2 or 4. Austin Baker, you're not missing much up front, currently has a pretty big lead over Dylan DeWert in the 20 machine, followed by Billy Roberts, Anthony Vitale Jr. We'll go on board with Anthony and see what it looks like from P4 as he digs from the bottom side, pulling up on the 99 car of Billy Roberts. We are nose to tail real early here. Last lap, Austin Baker at the front of the field. He's got one more corner to navigate, and he gets through clean. Baker, DeWert, Roberts, Vitale, Henry are your top 5. Heat 2, the 79 car, Dean Reynolds on the inside of row number 1. Clay Christopherson on the outside. Michael Vitale will roll off in P3. Logan Wentz to his outside. In the 18 car, Keaton Holder, Eddie Neal in row number 3. Anthony Morano and Jax Yon, watch that 24 car, will roll off in the 4th row. Eight laps to get it done. Drivers racing for their starting positions in the 40-lap feature. Watch that 97 car. I have a sneaky suspicion that Keaton Holder, don't know if he'll have enough laps to get up there in that white and pink machine, but he worked some magic last week, so we'll see if that 97 can work his way through the field. As always, we got to go on board with Anthony Morano, who has Sherry on board. The heart on the front of that hood scoop is for his wife, Sherry. Sherry, thank you for tuning in every week. Greatly appreciated. Clay Christopherson in the 51 on the outside of the 79. Looks like Clay will get the advantage. Dean Reynolds working the middle lane. We got 3 lanes of racing. The 213 of Michael Vitale is working that bottom side. Now he goes up about a half car length. Clay Christopherson, and the yellow flag does come out. Looks like Anthony Morano was involved. My apologies. Let's take a look at Anthony Morano. In the 32, he dives down low, trying to get underneath the 97 car of Holder. You can see he's got the steering wheel turned. The car just would not turn. He gets into the 24. Huge net code between the 24 and the 318. That will bring out our first caution of the night. Clay Christopherson able to take over the lead from his outside pole. You heard from Clay Christopherson last week in the booth here at Got Your Six Racing Network during the Dirt Track Bank Dash for Cash. It's great to have Clay in the booth. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Clay Christopherson at the front of the field with Dean Reynolds to his rear bumper. Michael Vitale Jr. is currently in P3. He's bringing Logan Wentz with him in that 18 machine. We are nose to tail. Looks like Eddie Neal in the 318 is going to battle it out with Anthony Morano. Morano had to go in for some repairs, or maybe he didn't. Looks like the side of the 32 car is still kind of dented in there. Clay Christopherson at the front of the field, followed by Dean Reynolds. Michael Vitale Jr. Again, thank you for your service, my brother. Served in the United States Air Force as a power production technician, so greatly appreciated. Logan Wentz in the 18. Is Dean Reynolds getting racy up front? The 79's looking for that win. Working lap 7 of 8, coming to 1 to go. Will Dean Reynolds have anything for the 51? Clay Christopherson covers that middle lane. Those two are going to battle it out. Coming to turn 4, 79 down low, 51 up high. Good run off the top side. Christopherson, Reynolds, Vitale, Wentz are your top 4. Got 5 minutes of warm-up, so we will be right back.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. We brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
On this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. This hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our is of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. And what we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources, in opportunity, right now.
Welcome back. We're just wrapping up the warm-up session here. We're getting ready to go 40 laps here at Limaland. Jax Jan still at the top of the board in that 24 machine, running a 12:8:57. So Jax Jan has been on fire tonight. We'll see how the youngster does coming from the back of the field. Dean Reynolds, Dylan DeWert on the front row. Clay Christopherson, Austin Baker in row 2. Billy Roberts, Michael Vitale in 3. Anthony Vitale Jr., Logan Wentz in row number 4. Jake Henry, Anthony Morano in 5. Randall Dixon and Eddie Neal in 6. Hunter Jarrell, Keaton Holder in 7. Isaac Salas and Jax Jan will round out your field of 16 drivers. I will tell you, you got 2 studs at the tail end of the field, so this will be an interesting 40 laps as Isaac Salas and Jax Jan try to work their way through the field. It will be the 79 Super Dirt Car Series director, Dean Reynolds, will roll off on the pole and bring us to the green flag. Pace truck should exit this time by. We will see. Watch Clay Christopherson in that 51 on the inside of row number 2. Michael Vitale Jr., we saw him run earlier tonight in the Coast to Coast Racing League. Had a good run in the 358s. Green flag is out. We are underway. Great start. They are side by side at the line. Dean Reynolds takes the bottom line. Will he slide up and get to that outside? If not, Dylan DeWert is making that outside work, getting a good run off the top of 4. They are side by side at the line. You got a couple of cars. Dean Reynolds gets into the tires down low. That will give P3 over to the 51 of Clay Christopherson. DeWert making that bottom work. Clay Christopherson still digging on the bottom. go on board with Clay Christopherson in that 51. He's the only car down low as he tries to get that bottom side to work. He is alongside Vitali in that 213 machine. Looks like the outside line will prevail early. Dean Reynolds drops back to P5 from the start. Everybody getting on that high line. We will see once that wears out what happens. We got problems in the back. The 318 and the 97 get involved in an accident. We will take a quick look back. The replay's brought to you by Top Tier Race Control tonight. See what happened here between the 97 car and the 318. They're coming into turn 3. See the 24 of Jax Jan has the wheel all the way to the left. Can't get that machine to turn. 318 in the middle. Slides up. Somebody in front here makes contact. Into the outside wall they go. Looks like those two cars will be in for a quick repair. Green flag is back out. We are underway. Dylan DeWert in the 20 machine, making it work. Got the 09 of Austin Baker with a great run on the top side. You got 2 lanes of racing here early. Austin Baker now, he pulls in front of DeWert. Those two are side by side. He's going to bring the 51 of Clay Christopherson with him. So it looks like right now the high side is prevailing. Once that high side gets a little bit wore out, we might have a different race here. Dean Reynolds currently in P4 in the 79 machine. Michael Vitali still trying that bottom side. The 213 is committed to down low. It might pay off late race as that track starts to wear out. Isaac Salas up 7 positions in that 5 machine. Venom Racing driver. As he pulls up to the rear bumper of Vitali and Anthony Vitali Jr. Jax Jan also coming through the field in the 24 machine. Caution comes back out. Looks like Keaton Holder once again involved in an incident, not having the night that he wanted to have in the 97 machine. We will take a look at what happened to Keaton. Looks like he's running all by himself. Oh, the 7 and the 171 makes contact. Nowhere for that 97 to go. Let's go on board and see what that looked like from the cockpit. As he is working the high side, you got 2 cars side by side in front of him. Coming into turn 1. Just nowhere for him to go. The 171 gets sideways. Austin Baker still holding down that front position. With Clay Christopherson to his outside. So your top 5 Baker, Christopherson, DeWitt Reynolds, and Billy Roberts in the 99. Green flag is out. We are back underway. Great start by Austin Baker in that 09 machine. Clay Christopherson going right along with him. Looks like Dean Reynolds is in a battle. The 20 car of DeWitt, he's falling back through the field. So right now, that bottom side is not the place to be. It may come in late race, but right now, that is not the place to be. We will go on board with the 99 machine up Billy Roberts as he is working that top side. There is no room for DeWitt to get back on that top side. Let's go along with the 20 car. As you see the train, oh, we got contact on the outside. Not sure what happened. Let's take a quick look. Looks like the 99 and the 21. Let's take a look. I think the 21. You got the 99 on screen, the 21 in the light blue car, the 20 below. It's like both drivers. Looks like the 21 kind of got up close to the wall, may have let off. The 99 makes contact, and into the 20 they go. Isaac Salas involved. Meanwhile, up front, 09 of Austin Baker leading away. Clay Christopherson, Dean Reynolds, Vitale, and Salas are your top 5. We did see Isaac Salas get into that outside wall. We will see if that makes a difference in how that car handles. Pace truck is off. We are working lap 16 of 40. 51 does exactly what he needed to do, trying to keep that 9 car down low. Can't do it. Crossover coming from Clay Christopherson. 51 can't quite get the slide job done. No grip on the bottom side. Austin Baker is able to drive by the 51 on the high side. Christopherson, Vitale, 79 of Dean Reynolds involved in an incident. So we're getting a little bit bit by the caution bug here. 79 down low underneath the 213 of Vitale. Jax Yon just slides into the 79. We will go on board with the youngster. Let's... '79 may have got a little bit loose, and Jax Young got in the rear of the 79. Looks like the 24 will get the EOL. So up front on lap 18 of 40, we got Austin Baker, Christopherson, Vitale Jr., Vitale, and Isaac Salas are your top 5. We are side by side. It looks like Austin Baker will bring us to the green flag. He is off, coming out of turn 4. Clay Christopherson goes right along with him. Everybody just dueling for that outside line. And we have contact. Everyone trying to fit into the smallest of spaces. Not only do we see the outside working, but apparently the drivers can see that from the track also. Everyone just doing their best they can to get to that outside. Looks like Vitale was contacted by maybe the 14. My bet right here is the first car to get that bottom to work. As that top wears out, you can see the middle is gone. The top is still a little bit of tack up there. So that hasn't wore. I'm kind of surprised here at Limaland. That's usually wore out. On this end, a little bit different. This is 1 and 2. Looks like it's wore. Can't really tell from that angle, but 3 and 4 looks like quite a bit of tack up there at the top side. So we have, we're working lap 19 of 40, so we got a ways to go. Green flag is out. Austin Baker still at the front of the field. Christopherson, somebody into that outside wall hard. That is the 21 of Vitali Jr. That car is damaged as he works his way towards the back of the field. He needs a caution in the worst way right now. Austin Baker up front, pulling away from Clay Christopherson in the 51 machine, followed by Isaac Salas. Isaac Salas up 12 positions from his start. Michael Vitale Jr. in the 213, currently in P4. Logan Wentz in P5. Saw somebody go down low. Jax Yon, the youngster out of Pennsylvania, trying to make it happen in the 24 machine. He's venturing down low. Gets back up on that high side, and we are on the high side. Looks like that is the place to be. Austin Baker pulling out in front of the 51 of Clay Christopherson. As we've heard in past broadcasts, 51 car comes in late. Salas, looks like Salas hard into the wall. The 5 car gets in. Just gets into that outside wall. The driver out of North Dakota climbs the fence. Over he goes. Jumps over Vitali Jr. and the 2.8 or 3.8. Let me see who that was. Over the 5 goes. Up front. Austin Baker, we have made it over halfway home. Lights are off on the pace truck. We will be going green next time by. Again, it doesn't look like 1 and 2 have wore that much. I'm kind of surprised with the number of cars on the track. Austin Baker with a great restart. Clay Christopherson in P2. Let's ride around 1 lap with your leader. See how he's getting it done. You can see his hands inside the cockpit. He's working the throttle, working the hands, coming towards the flag stand. We are in 1 and 2. Caution comes back out, unfortunately. Not sure where the caution was at. Looks like the 7 car may have been involved. Oh, big wreck up front. The 97 once again. The 20 car has fallen all the way back in the back of the field. Dylan DeWert is able to get away from that in a very damaged race car. So we'll see if he has a quick repair left. Austin Baker still at the front of the field, working lap 26 of 40. Caution has been extended while they do an additional review. We will get a word with your top 3 at the conclusion of this race. Not sure where the pace truck is. There it is. Pace truck is off. Leaving the field to the 09 of Austin Baker. Has had a great run. Great start by the 09. Clay Christopherson in P2. Michael Vitale in the 213. Currently in the final podium position. He's got Jake Henry behind him in the 171. We got an incident in the back. Trying to get to that incident. Not sure who was involved. Looked like we had 3 cars or so. Looks like you had Vitale Jr. Like to thank the 21 car for running the Got Your 6 Racing Network. Although he gets into the 318 and collects the 18 machine. So they were in back of the field. Working lap 29 of 40, so we do have a little ways to go here. Eddie Neal, Dean Reynolds, Isaac Souse, Hunter Jarrell, I believe, have exited. Maybe not. Pace truck is off. We're getting ready to go green. Lap 28 of 40. I don't have the points in front of me, but Clay Christopherson needs to have a good night tonight. He is in the front group in the points anyway. Jake Henry battling it out. Michael Vitale in the 213, holding down that final podium position. Watch Jax Yon. Youngster coming from the bottom. Now he's going to try to get that bottom to work. Right along the tires. Jack's up 9 positions from his start, as is the 97 of Keaton Holder in the pink and white machine. He's up 9 from his start. Jan gets onto that outside, pulls up in front of the 99 of Billy Roberts. So we got battling throughout the field. Up front, Austin Baker and Clay Christopherson. Those two are going to go at it. Let's go on board with Clay Christopherson while we can. 09 and the 51 battling it out at the front of the field, working lap 34 of 40. Looks like the 09 may have gotten a fence there on the last lap. 51 of Clay Christopherson was able to close in on Keaton Holder, involved in an incident again. The 97 needed a good race tonight. As he is also in front of the field in the top 5 or so. Looks like your pole sitter and the 97. 97 gets a little bit loose. 20 car helps him around. Just heard on race control that the 20 will receive an EOL. Again, your race control tonight handled by Top Tier Race Control. In my personal opinion, the best out there. If you need to get a hold of those folks, please let us know. We'll get you in contact with them. If you have a league out there, there are none better. Goes further than on the track action with the after race reports and all the assistance that they provide. Here we go. 34 of 40. Austin Baker with a great start. Clay Christopherson in P2. Michael Vitale in 3. Those are your podium drivers at the current moment. Jake Henry and Jax Yon, they want on that podium. Jax Yon is going to pull up alongside of the 171. Jax has been working that bottom side. Looks like the top side still has a little bit of drive off of it. Now Billy Roberts, the 99 car coming up on the back of the 24. Up front, Jax Yon. We will go on board with Clay Christopherson to see if we'll stick with Austin Baker, actually. We are looking back at the 51 of Christopherson as he closes in on the rear bumper. Looks like this is going to be where the action happens. 09. Caution comes back out on lap 40 of 40. Austin Baker did not want to see that. Looks like we will go green-white checker if it's set up here. I guess we're at 39. We will go green-white checker. Here we go. We got one more restart. Let's get it done this time by the 09 of Austin Baker at the front of the field. Pace truck lights are off, so we will go green next time by. First attempt at a green-white checker. Great start by Austin Baker coming to lap 40 of 41. Got 2 laps to go. Pulls a little bit of lead over Clay Christopherson in the 51. Michael Vitale Jr. holding on to that 3rd position. We will take a look at your top 3 as they battle it out. White flag is out. Can Clay Christopherson get it done? Known for late race setups. Coming off of turn 4, Austin Baker, Clay Christopherson, Michael Vitale will be your top 3 podium finishers. Jax Yon up 11 positions from his start. Youngster out of Pennsylvania gets it done. Comes up a couple positions short of a podium. These gentlemen will get pictures taken. We will get an interview with them here momentarily. Once they get up in the booth. Waiting on Austin Baker, Clay Christopherson, Michael Vitale in the 213. Those two had a great run up front. See Clay Christopherson in the booth waiting on the 213. Gears Unlimited driver. There's Michael Vitale in the 213. We will pull him into the booth. The 213 moves up 3 positions from his start. Michael, this is Joe. You got me? Man, that was fun to watch. My brother, you kept it on the podium. Walk us through your night. How was it from the track? Yeah, man, kind of surprised. We were talking on the broadcast. Typically used to this track wearing out pretty quick up high, but that top side held on for quite a while. The top 3 never went down low, man. Do you think you had anything for Clay or Austin Baker? You know, you know what, man? The older I get, if I can get a podium, I'm not chancing nothing. I'm going to ride right where I'm at. Yeah, man, another podium for Murano Racing. You got to be kidding me, man. Yeah, man, great run, my brother. Uh, Hopefully we see you next week or even tomorrow night, man. Great run by the 213. As always, thank you for your service. And you have supported me from the beginning and got your 6 Racing Network. So that will never be forgotten, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. Have a great night. All right, man. Clay Christopherson in the 51 machine moved up one position from the inside of row number 2. Clay, this is Joe. You got me? Man, I missed you in the booth tonight, but I guess we'll give you a pass tonight. That 51 machine was on a rail, man. I was talking throughout the broadcast how 51 is a late race setup usually, man. Walk us through your night.
I had a gnarly push coming out of 4, and that was breaking all my momentum. So I just kind of had to really lift. And then, yeah, about 15 laps in, I was really just able to mash her down, and I caught Baker pretty quick. But it was a tough track to pass, and I would have to get a really good run and hard slider on him if I wanted to pass. So I just kind of stayed my second, and I knew that'd keep me pretty good in points as well. So.
Yeah, man, great points night. The 09 got into the wall at one point, man, and I thought that was it. I thought it was curtains for the 09. He was able to hold on to it, man. Great run by you, my brother. You got anybody you'd like to thank for your podium?
Oh, for sure. FTM for letting me on their team, and Swan Speed Shop for this setups that me and Dino and them guys have been running. I mean, they're rockets, and the slick setups are late game rockets. I mean, if it's a 50 or 60 lap race, those things are unstoppable.
Yeah, man. So great run by you. Podium, we got what? Let me count here. 1, 2, 3 weeks left to go. I don't have the points in front of me, but I know you're real close to the top. So great run by the 51.
I hit the top last week, I think.
Awesome, man. Congratulations. So
thank you.
3 weeks to go. So hold on to it,
Yeah,
unless you
gotta
want to
hold
join.
on.
Unless you want to join me in the booth instead of running it out. We could always do that.
I thought about it. I might have to start.
Man, great run by you, my brother. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, man.
Have a good night.
Yes, yeah, you bet. Austin Baker is able to hold off all challengers in the 09 machine. Moves up 3 positions from his start. Austin, this is Joe. You got me?
Sir.
Man, great run. The 09, you and Clay Christopherson kind of battled it out on that top side. We were just talking to Clay. Late race, you got up into the wall, and I thought that was it, man. I thought that was the 51's opportunity. Man, you drove out of that contact with the wall like nothing ever happened. Walk us through your night.
Yeah, man, it was good. We was quick in practice and qualifying. We said got to the race. We was quick at the start of the race. I feel like we could pull away, and those little short green flag runs we had. I could pull away around 7/10 to a second, and then once it started getting slicked off, Clay, his car came in. You could definitely tell he was right there with me, and I made that contact with the wall, man. And if it wasn't for Clay being a clean driver, he could have dirted me there, but he didn't, like I said, and I appreciate it. He was beside me, and he could have made it happen, but he's, like I said, he's a clean driver, and I appreciate it for sure. We just talked about it, and it's all good.
Yeah, love the drivers in this competition. You guys put on a heck of a show up front, man. Congratulations on the victory. Who do you want to thank?
I thank Team BDR, my teammate Keaton Holder, and Apex Industries for a bad fast setup.
Yeah, man, it was bad fast tonight. You know, I was kind of surprised. I was talking to Clay. I'm used to the top going away pretty quick where the bottom becomes competitive, but tonight the top really didn't go away all that much. Did you feel that same from the seat?
No, I know like in practice and stuff, I was running faster laps on the bottom than I was up top, even with it being slick on the bottom. But I know ultimately wherever I went the people behind me were going to follow more than likely. So I just stayed where I was comfortable and just let it eat.
Yeah, man, great run. Congratulations on your victory. Have a great weekend and can't wait till next week.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good
Yeah,
night.
yeah, man, you also. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There is week 11 of North American Dirt Track Racing Association. Put on a great show tonight. Baker, Christopherson, Vitali, Henry, Jan are your top 5. We'll get a look at the results right there. We're not looking for the warm-up results. That's much better. There you go. Austin Baker, Christopherson, Vitali, Henry, Jan, your top 5. Roberts, Dixon, Morano, DeWert, and Vitali Jr. round out your top 10. So great show tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. We will be back on the air tomorrow night for week 1 of Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. Hope you all tune in. And as always, appreciate all the support we get. And until tomorrow night, we will see you next time.
My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with 1 combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, "You go for it." And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. Automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. So that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. We first start in the pool. We do some confined water skills. We'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore. It's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. You know, there's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. I mean, we've seen 4 eagle rays at once. I mean, just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced, it hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take, you know, these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, you know, from being, oh my gosh, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. You know, I've gone snorkeling a few times, or, you know, I'm not that good of a swimmer. And the funny thing about scuba is none of that matters. You know, you're completely weightless in the water. You could come down and have 0 experience in the water and be one of the better scuba divers out there. So as with all nonprofits, we rely solely on generous donors such as yourselves. None of these programs could exist without people who are willing to give some of their hard-earned money up to save veterans who might be struggling with everyday life and have that unfortunate thought of suicide. 100% of every dollar that's donated goes directly to the veterans. I personally, myself, I do not take any kind of money. All my time is donated. There's no salary to anybody who's on the board or any staff positions in Warfighter. Donations can be made on our website at www.warfighterscuba.org. And remember, every donation is 100% tax deductible.